Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast here. I'm back with another one of these front row live music performance reactions, and I'm back in the wonderful world of Elvis Presley with a very early performance from the Ed Sullivan Show of the song Ready Teddy. I have not watched this, so as is always the case with these Elvis performances, this will be a pure, unvarnished first time watch reaction of said video. Quick reminder that I do press pause. I do talk over these videos. That's how I respond to these. That's how I do. If that is not to your taste, then I apologize, but it is what it is. And I would strongly advise that if you have not watched this performance or heard this song before, that you go and see it in its entirety before I go and talk all over it. I would also encourage you to check out the other content on this channel, including the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the audio podcast that I do with my wife, where we go back and watch some of our favorite film and television franchises, as well as the other film, TV, music, and general pop culture goodness that shares this channel. I would also remind you that you can leave feedback either on the comment section on this channel, or you can email me at rewatchprojectpodcast@gmail.com. I very much appreciate the comments, very much appreciate the conversation with you learned Elvis fans and suggestions for things to cover in the future. And I would also say that I very much appreciate likes and subscribes. Subscriptions make a really big difference, drive a lot of people to the channel, promote conversation, and ultimately that is what motivates me to do these. But yeah, probably quite a short video today, short song, want to get straight into it. It's Sunday morning here in Wellington, New Zealand, and I want to watch and listen to some Elvis Presley. So let's do this. Ready Teddy, Ed Sullivan Show. See what that's all about. Wow, listen to that crowd.
Ready, set, go and go. I got a gal that I love so. Ready to rock and roll.
I know he's got a drummer. I know some of these early performances, it was very much him on the acoustic guitar, the electric guitar and the bass as well. So it's very nice to hear the snap of a snare drum actually kicking in there as well. So yeah, straight in, incredible. I mean, this is as iconic as it gets. You think rock and roll, you see this. I see this in my mind's eye. It really is ubiquitous. Let me go back to the beginning on this. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Ready, set, go and go. I got a gal that I love so.
Looks amazing. Look at that hair.
Ready to rock and roll. Become my sweetie pie. She's my rock and roll baby. She's out. Ready to rock and roll. Not a dungaree dodge. I headed to the gym to the sock hop ball. The cats are going wild. The misery listen my day.
Yeah, and what you're seeing here as well is confidence. You know, you really see he understands how to use the camera, and he knows the camera's there. He looks like he doesn't, you know. He looks like he's performing straight ahead for the audience, but the stuff that he does with his eyes and his eyebrows, you know, it really is. He knows that he's in people's living rooms. You know, he's not at the Grand Ole Opry here with a large audience. He's very much in a corner of people's living rooms in the way that movie actors, which he would himself become, and television, TV personalities, you know, the fact that he understands how, whilst his performances are very physical, you know, controversially would be very physical around this era, that the way he uses his eyebrows and his eyes and the way he moves his face and his hair in those close-ups, he's so controlled and shows such a instinctive understanding of how to use this, even then, quite new medium to his advantage. I mean, if you go back here and look at this, great pause there. I might actually have to use that as the screenshot. But he's having fun, and he knows that but at certain points in the song, the camera's going to pan back, so he needs to use his body. But he also knows when the camera's in close and how to make the audience lean in for the performance as well. And one of the many skills that Elvis has that made him the king of rock and roll was this combination of things. You know, you got a lot of people who are good at one thing. You know, you got a lot of people who were great singers or great guitarists or great songwriters or great performers. And what Elvis could do that was incredible was that he had the voice and he had the sound, and he revolutionized the way that pop music and rock and roll sounded. But he also brought in all this other stuff as well that usually only actors might have, or performers in theatre. And by having the whole package, he really just drilled down and created this, it's almost like a molecule and then breaking it and then exploding outwards, like a nuclear reaction or an atomic reaction. You're seeing that here. We go back and see, because also this is just great fun as well. Great song.
Ready to rock and roll, not a hot podcast, not a dongery dodge. I headed to the gym, to the sock hop ball. Jump and the cats are going wild. The minute really send my day.
Great focus.
Ready to rock and roll.
Great guitar as well. Almost sort of these almost jazz chords in there. Really great musicianship happening here, and a larger band than we see on some of these early performances. I mean, this is iconic. This is rock and roll. Look at him. It's almost like he's possessed, it is performative, but you can see that he's just like, oh my God, what's happening here? And he's kind of as surprised about this incredible act of alchemy as the audience are. That's really great stuff. Right here. Great music as well, it's just rocking. And again, knowing how to play the audience almost like a musical instrument as well. Like, he knows that if he stops and then moves back in, that's going to have a reaction. So he's learning the audience like you would learn an instrument.
Topcast, not a dongery dog. I didn't want to gym to the sock hop ball. The dogs really jumping, the cats are going wild. The music really send my day to crazy. Ready to rock and roll. Take on my shoes, roll up my faded jeans. Rock and roll, baby, pour on the steam. Shuffle to the left, shuffle to the right. Gonna rock and roll till the end of the night. Ready to rock and roll.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's quintessential day one stuff, isn't it? You can see, and they're the performances that I think must have really resonated with the youth. Just the fun and the playfulness and the kind of sense of comradeship as well. Because what you see, and Elvis does this a lot, even in his later career, is he seems as taken in by the performance as everyone else. He's kind of saying, hey, you can have fun with this. You can be silly. It's okay. He's giving the audience permission to be involved. And for such a young performer, in such a young art form, performing on television, a young medium, to have that level of understanding of that, the relationship between audience, both there physically and at home, and television and how that all works, must be purely instinctive. And that's an incredible talent to have that we see pay off again and again later on in his career. So, wow, yeah. More recommendations for Elvis, and likes and subscribes and comments always really appreciated. So I'll be back with some more Elvis soon. That was really awesome. I'm going to go and watch that again. That was just so much fun. Quick reminder that I also appreciate you checking out some of the other content on this channel, and I'll be back soon with more Elvis Presley on a front row. See you soon. Bye bye.